Well, g'day tubes, just going to give you a little update here on the 135. It's running fine again, and yeah, there was an issue though that I wasn't aware of, that my stepdad had changed something on it, and he didn't tell me. He changed the coil, which of course is around the other side here. He changed the coil on it for some weird reason I just don't understand. The tractor was running perfectly fine, but he changed the coil, took the old one off to use it on something else and put a new one on this. He figures the box was labeled wrong, and it wasn't labeled as, well, the box was labeled as a what do we call it? Can't think of the word of it now, isn't that awful? Anyways, one of these guys was supposed to be inside the coil, which we think it wasn't, and it was mislabeled or something. Something was weird with it. But anyways, we put ballast resistor, self-resisted coil. So he put a new one on here, which apparently this is the new one, and redid it. I'm like, thinking, why, if it was running fine, why would you change it? But anyways, that's what he did. That's what he tells me. So we'll see now if she'll fire up again. Just like that. Barely running there, holy smokes. Like 300 RPM, 300 RPM. Yeah, it's running better now, so probably didn't have to do the carb on it there last week, but we did anyways, and I think I might have to pull a carb off again, believe it or not. I set that float and everything perfect on it, just exactly the way they wanted it to, and it's actually dripping a little bit, I noticed. So fun, not fun. So it'll probably have to come off again. And yeah, I can see it's been dripping there a little bit. It's all wet and a little bit wet on the ground there too. But anyways, if there's still a little bit of gas in it, we'll take it for a little test run here. I had it in the garden the other night, and just run this disc around. It actually ran pretty darn good. We'll back her up here. Oh man, snail speed. Back her up, back her up. Yeah, but it was ran good the other night, so. But it's funny how that float, I don't know, maybe I should just put the old one back in. But anyways, the float needs readjusted, I guess. It needs to be a little bit snugger. Even though it's, like I say, I gave you the tool and I measured it, it came out perfect. So anyways, a different needle and seat and a different float, you never know what's going to happen, right? Alright, we'll go down to 1. Better now. It's running pretty bad the other day. I'm kind of surprised he didn't fry the points again. Why he changed the coil, I don't know. He needed it, so he's working on some other little tractor, and I guess he needed a coil. He's like, oh, there's one in there, I'll get one for that. But then he left that one on there and got a new one for this one, I guess, and drove on. So once we get in here, plunk that down. I don't want to go too fast with it here, because it seems to build it up into a big windrow for some reason. But we're definitely planting stuff for next year already. You can see the seed just loving that. But anyways, put that guy up again. It's really hard with one hand, let me tell you. I'll just go through here a couple of times maybe. Smooth her down here. It's not going too fast, so I don't, like I say, create those big windrows, right? But most of this garden, I think next year we're gonna probably gonna just grass it over most of the year. One little side down here from us. Dusty stuff. Plowing it, I basically went in with the plow the other night and just started dragging weeds out. And a lot of them kind of stayed in here, but I mean, what can I do? Put her down and drag her again. Here, I guess. Crappier ground is. But, oh, look, a squirrel got into that one. Ate all the seeds out of those birds. Yeah, last time so sorry. Yeah, I'll probably be grassing most of the end of this over and then growing grass for her again and start mowing it for her. Just too much crap to keep up to, you know. But look at that, not even a fart out of it. Like it ran perfect. But looks like I'm gonna have to do that carburetor again, or just give that float a little tweak in. That probably will help. It's just not quite closing off enough. Lovely. All right, well, I guess we'll probably should run her dry too. Get this turned off. But yeah, I just needed a resistance to the to the points. So basically, it was. I'm surprised it didn't fry the points again, but yeah, it's a little warm on that one. So you know, resist it from here into here, and then into your points, right? So I mean, that's all it was overloading stuff in there. Like I say, I'm really surprised that it didn't fry them again. All right, I'll let her sit there and run out of gas. And then I'll have to pull that carburetor off again. That sucks, because that's quite a job, actually. Bend that guy up a little more. Normally, I hook it up to my little test tank and let it sit. I'll make sure it's not leaking before I reinstall it, but it's actually hooked onto the 800 right now, so I didn't do that part. But anyways, you know, I measured with a little measuring thing they give you, and no, still not quite right there. So, but anyways, shouldn't run too long on that little bit of gas. Not even a part of it. No, that's good. The way it should be. Probably not good. That's it. As long as she'll run in a full bowl. About a minute maybe. All right, we'll shut her down. Anyways, I'm not doing that carb today. Not doing that today. Just want to give you a little update on what we kind of did here. And you know, it would have been a lot easier if he kind of told me, oh, I put a new coil on it. I'm like, oh, really? Probably should have a ballast resistor in it. Just to, you know, bring that voltage down a little bit. But he said to me, oh, well, it was supposed to have one built in. I'm like, you know what? I've had ones on my 800 still with them built right in, and they still gave me problems. So it's always good to put that little resistor on there, I think. But anyways, that's it for today. Just a quickie. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later. And you guys have a good day.